What's going on there, everyone? Now, this is a story that truly freaks me out. It's something that I have always warned of and everything like that. And we've seen numerous media companies that have no problem surveilling us. And yeah, they're always getting called out for it, but no action ever is taken. And that's going to put us in a bad spot. That's going to put our future into a bad future. This is from Washington Post. Doorbell camera firm Ring has partnered with 400 police forces, extending surveillance reach. Welcome to our dystopian future, people. I don't know if it's because I've read so much George Orwell stuff and things relating to that genre, but man, this really is one of those things. It's just like, no, get out of here with this. Let's get into it. The doorbell camera company Ring has quietly forged video sharing partnerships with more than 400 police forces across the United States, granting them access to homeowners' camera footage and a powerful role in what the company calls the nation's new neighborhood watch. Big Brother's watching you. It's for real. The partnerships let police automatically request the video recorded by homeowners' cameras within a specific time and area, helping officers see footage from the company's millions of internet-connected cameras installed nationwide, the company said. Officers don't receive ongoing or live video access, and homeowners can decline the request, which Ring sends via email, thanking them for making your neighborhood a safer place. Sure they do. Sure they do. You know, companies, they love to say, oh, we don't do that. But we all know they do that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I don't trust anything with a camera that has internet access. You just can't. When I'm not actively recording or something, I cover all the cameras. My smart TV, it's got a piece of tape over the camera and over the microphone. It was hard to find that microphone too. They like to hide those things. But we're being watched all the time by everything. Any technology device. There were kids' toys that had Bluetooth capabilities that were listening to our children, people. That happened, maybe a little over a year back? Yeah, this is real. Right now, Apple's in trouble because its Siri was caught listening to confidential conversations. That's what they do. They had a contracting company that was just listening to whatever people were saying through their Siris. Google does this. They all do it. Amazon, Google, all of them, Apple, they all do this, people. How do you think they know so much about you? How do you think when you go on your computers at home and yeah, it sends you custom ads that are stuff you were talking about or stuff you were thinking about. These algorithms they have nowadays are so good at what they do. They can predict everything about you before you even know it about you. It's insane, people. We need to get a handle on this. This is dangerous territory we're in. Very, very dangerous territory. The number of police deals which has not previously been reported is likely to fuel broader questions about privacy, surveillance, and the expanding reach of tech giants and local police. The rapid growth of the program, which began in spring 2018, surprised some civil liberties advocates who thought that fewer than 300 agencies have signed on. I don't care if it's one agency. They shouldn't be allowed to do this. You know, we have a little thing in our Constitution that says, you know, we should be safe in our persons and property to not be spied on or to not have what is the exact wording? Illegal search and seizure, pretty much, which This kind of amounts to that in some cases. It kind of amounts to it in some cases. And like I said, I know they've stated that, it's only upon permission that we do this. I don't believe you. I have no reason to believe that, considering that every single tech company that has had something like this happen has done it without permission, even though they say they don't spy on you. Come to find out they all do, without your permission. So yeah, I can't believe that. I can't believe anything Ring is saying. But that's my personal opinion, based on facts. Ring is owned by Amazon, which bought the firm last year for more than $800 million, the financial filings show. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post, the site in which I'm reading. You can see how it's all being tied together slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, our information is only coming from a few sources. It may seem like there's multiple sources, but no, they're all owned by the same big sources. Come on, people. Open your eyes to this if you haven't already. Ring officials and law enforcement partners portray the vast camera network as an irrepressible shield for neighborhoods, saying it can assist police investigators and protect home from criminals, intruders, and thieves. Yeah, but it can also screw over people that are just happen to be walking by in that same time period as something happening. You ever think about that? And may falsely incriminate someone, where they just seem like they might be the person. It leaves too much up to speculation. It really does. The mission has always been making the neighborhood safer, said Eric Kuhn, the general manager of Neighbors, Ring's crime-focused companion app. We've had a lot of success in terms of deterring crime and solving crimes that would otherwise not be solved as quickly. Well, I don't think we should be depending on non-law enforcement agencies, for that. That's kind of what they're for. But legal experts and privacy advocates have voiced alarm about the company's eyes everywhere ambitions. It does remind you a lot of China. The surveillance state. An increasingly closed relationship with police, saying the program could threaten civil liberties, turn residents into informants, and subject innocent people, including those who Ring users have flagged as suspicious, to greater surveillance and potential risk. In which we know that would happen because we all, well, not all of us, but a good portion of us hold grudges about stupid things and are very maniacal in how, instead of just letting things go like, no harm, no foul, really. No, everyone wants to try to get even in some way or another. And that is a potential risk with these rings. You have a spat with your neighbor, and next thing you know, you're getting him surveilled. So, yeah, I gotta say, I don't like this at all. If the police demanded every citizen put a camera at their door and give officers access to it, we might all recoil, said Andrew Guthrie Ferguson, a law professor and author of The Rise of Big Data Policing. By tapping into a perceived need for self-surveillance and by playing on consumers' fears about crime and security, he added, Ring has found a clever workaround for the development of a wholly new surveillance network, without the kind of scrutiny that would happen if it was coming from the police or government. Yes, I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. This is a form, self-policing is a form of government. It really is. And once you police yourself, all the government has to do is tap into that. Everyone's got cameras. They can do what they want, people. They do what they want. We see it all the time. Look at the Epstein situation. A lot of big, powerful people didn't want him to talk. So what happened? They got him silenced, didn't they? They got him silenced. But yeah. Crazy. And I hate that. See, I live right about here. And if you notice, there is a giant cluster of these little police signs. That doesn't make me happy at all. Let's see. Oh yeah, right around my area. all around my area. See, I'm right about here. This is probably somewhere where I'm at, right in here. And look at all of it. Look at all of it. I am surrounded by a network of police agencies working with Ring. Lovely. Lovely. Kind of makes me look at my neighbors' houses differently. Especially the ones that I know have rings. My neighbor up the street, my next door neighbor, he has one of those. And I did make sure when he was putting them up, I said, could you make sure they're not pointing at my house in my yard? And he did. He made sure, and he showed me on his camera a little thing that attaches to an app on his cell phone. Sorry, I'm not the most technologically involved person. But yeah, he showed me on an app that none of the cameras were indeed facing my house, which made me feel a little bit better. Begun in 2013 as a line of internet-connected smart doorbells, Ring has grown into one of the nation's biggest household names in home security. The company, based in Santa Monica, California, sells a line of alarm systems, floodlight cameras, and motion-detecting doorbell cameras starting at $99. Oh, so they got me. I like how they got me plugging that. Don't buy it. As well as monthly Ring protection subscriptions that allow homeowners to save the videos or have their systems professionally monitored around the clock. Yeah, that's what you really want to go for. Have a bunch of prying eyes looking around your yard and wherever else they can get that camera to go. Ring users are alerted when the doorbell chimes and the camera senses motion, and they can view their cameras live feed from afar using a mobile app. Users have the option of sharing footage to Ring's public social network, which that should be wrong in and of itself, because say something happens in your community and you show a picture of someone you don't know, but that just happened to be walking past, and now that person is going to be scrutinized as a criminal of some sort. Simple argument that will happen. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I don't care for this, man. Yep, discuss suspicious events and share videos from the Ring camera, cell phones, and other devices. The neighbor's feed operates like an endless stream of local suspicion, combining official police reports compiled by neighbors' news team with what Ring calls hyper-local posts from nearby homeowners reporting stolen packages, mysterious noises, questionable visitors, and missing cats. Good. About a third of those neighbors' posts are for suspicious activity or unknown visitors, the company said. About a quarter of the posts are crime-related, a fifth are for lost pets. Users which the companies call neighbors are anonymous on the app, but the public video does not obscure faces or voices from anyone caught on the camera. That's a problem. To me, that's a problem. I understand you can pretty much film or record just about anybody anywhere, except in certain localities where you don't have that right. But yeah, this is, to me, it's overstepping the boundaries, because those cameras pick up a lot. They got a wide-angle lens. They pick up a lot, and they go pretty far. Users which call companies, where I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Participating police officers can chat directly with users on the neighbor feed and get alerts when a homeowner posts a message from inside their watch jurisdictions. The Neighbors app also alerts users when new police force partners up, saying your Ring neighborhood just got a whole lot stronger and our freedoms just got a whole lot weaker. To seek out Ring video that has not been publicly shared, officers can use a special Neighbors portal map interface to designate a time range and local area up to half a square mile wide, and get Ring to send an automatic email to all users within that range alongside a case number and message from police. The users can click to share their Ring videos, review them before sharing, decline, or at the bottom of the email, unsubscribe from future footage sharing requests. If you would like to take direct action to make your neighborhood safer, this is a great opportunity, an email supplied by Ring states. Of course you would think that. Because it's giving you, as a company, more power over us, the people. Of course a company is going to say something like that. Ring says police officers don't have access to live video feeds and aren't told which homes use Ring cameras or how homeowners respond unless the users consent. Sure. Officers could previously access a heat map showing the general density of where Ring devices were in use, but the company said it has removed that feature from video requests because it was deemed no longer useful. I'm sure they didn't remove that at all, and I'm sure they use that type of thing still. Ring said it would not provide user footage in response to a subpoena, but would comply if company officials were presented with a search warrant or thought they had a legal obligation to produce the content. Ring does not, so that pretty much means, yeah, they will do it at their discretion. Ring does not disclose customer information in response to government demands unless we're required to do so to comply with a legally valid and binding order, the company said in a statement. Ring users consent to the company giving recorded video to law enforcement authorities, government officials, or third parties if the company thinks it's necessary to comply with legal process or reasonable government request. Is anyone else just completely creeped out by this whole story? Its terms of service state. The company says it can also store footage deleted by the users to comply with legal obligations. So yeah, even stuff you get rid of, yeah, they won't, of course. The high-resolution cameras can provide detailed images of not just a front doorstep, but also neighbors' homes across the street and down the block. Ring users have further expanded their home monitoring by installing the motion-detecting cameras along driveways, decks, and rooftops. See, not only are your rights being violated by them, you know they're listening to you and sharing your information, but you are violating your neighbor's rights because you got all their stuff constantly surveilled. Think about it, people. Think about this stuff. Some officers said they now look for Ring doorbells notable for their glowing circular buttons when investigating crimes or canvassing neighborhoods, in case they need to pursue legal maneuvers later to obtain video. Ring users have shared videos of package thieves, burglars, and carjackers in hope of naming and shaming the perpetrators. But they've also done so for people, possibly salespeople, petitioners, or strangers in need of help, who knock on the door and leave without incident. Other recorded visitors include lizards, deer, manases, awesome, snakes, and snooping raccoons. Neat. Of course you're going to see that. Buy a game camera. They're just as effective. And they generally aren't attached to anything. So it's your own personal camera. Ring's users' ability to report people as suspicious has been criticized for its potential to contribute to racial profiling and heightened community distrust. Last Halloween in southern Maryland, a Ring user living near a middle school posted a video of two boys ringing their doorbell with the title, "Early Trick or Treat, or Are They Up to No Good?" See, that's what I'm saying. There's too much speculation. Because people are stupid. Generally, people are stupid, and they do stupid things, especially in today's social media era. They're going to put something up which could super negatively affect just random people, random kids. And who's going to how are they allowed to post other people's kids? You know? That shouldn't be allowed either. Those are kids. Kind of, leave them out. Protect them a little bit. They're kids. The video, which has been viewed in the Neighbors app more than 5,700 times, inspired a rash of comments, some questioning the children's motives, while others say they look like harmless kids. "Those cuties, you're joking, right?" one commenter said, after the post shared this video with Ring. The company removed it, saying it no longer fits the service community guidelines because there's no objective reason stated that would put their behavior in question. Since formally beginning its Neighbors police partnership with officers in Greenville, Wisconsin, in March 2018, Ring has extended the program to 401 police departments and sheriff offices nationwide. from Northwest Washington State to Key West, Florida, company data shows. Shortly after the story was published, Ring founder Jamie Siminoff released a blog post saying that count had already expanded to 405 agencies. The partnership covered vast expanses of major states, with 31 agencies in California, 57 in Texas, and 67 in Florida, and blanket entire regions beneath Ring's camera network, including about a dozen agencies in each of the metropolitan areas surrounding Chicago, Dallas, Detroit, Kansas City, Los Angeles, and Phoenix. This sounds a lot like China. This sounds a lot like what China's doing with their surveillance state. Sergeant William Pickering, an officer with the Norfolk Police Department in Virginia, love my neck of the woods, which is working with Ring, compared the system's expansion to the onset of DNA evidence in criminal cases. No, it's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. DNA is pretty definitive. These Ring things are not. A monumentous capability unlocked by new technology that helps police gain the upper hand. I don't know what else to say. We have so many photojournalists out there, and they're right when there are things happening. Right there when things are happening, excuse me. And they were able to take photos and videos all the time. As a law enforcement agency, that is of great value to us, Pickering said. When a neighbor posts a suspicious individual who walked across their front line, that allows them at that very moment to share that in real time with anyone who's been watching. Now we have everybody in the community being alerted to a suspicious person. A Ring spokeswoman later said this example would be removed from neighbors because it does not pass the service's community guideline, which require an attempted criminal activity or unusual behavior that is cause for concern. Of course! See, that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. People are just going to post anybody and everybody, violating their privacy. You should be secure in walking down the street, minding your own damn business. But no, you're going to have weird, freaky individuals who are paranoid about anything and everything, staring out their windows, just hoping to see you walk by, for they can, come up with some nonsensical thing in their head, and then post it online. Ugh, this stuff agitates the bejesus out of me. Ring has pushed aggressively to secure new police allies. Some police officials say that they first met with Ring at law enforcement conference, after which the company flew representatives to a police headquarters to walk officers through the technology and help them prepare for real-world deployment. The company has urged police officials to use social media to encourage homeowners to use neighbors, of course. And Pickering said that Norfolk Department had posted a special code to its Facebook page to encourage residents to sign on. Yeah, because God forbid they actually have to do their jobs and investigate things. Ring has offered discounts to cities and community groups that spend public or taxpayer-supported money on the cameras. The firm also has given free cameras to police departments that can be distributed to local homeowners. The company said it began phasing out the giveaway program for new partners earlier this year. Pickering said his agency is working with the city's attorney to classify the roughly 40 cameras Ring gave them as a legal donation. But some officers said they were uncomfortable with the gift because it would be construed as the police extending an official seal of approval to a private company. We don't want to push a particular product, said Rad Rotello, an officer with the Frisco Police Department in Texas, which has partnered with Ring. We, as the police department, are not doing that. It's just not our place. Well, at least there are some people in the authority realm that understand that this just isn't quite right. Ring has for months sought to keep key details of its police partnership program confidential, but public records from agencies nationwide have revealed glimpses of the company's close work with local police. In a June email to a New Jersey police officer first reported by Motherboard, a Ring representative suggested ways officers could improve their opt-in rate for video requests, including greater interaction with users on the Neighbors app. The more users you have, the more useful information you can collect. They want it all, people. They want it all. The representative wrote, Ring says it offers training and educational materials to police partners so they can accurately represent the service's work. Ring officials have stepped up their sharing of video from monitored doorsteps to help portray the devices as theft deterrents and friendly home companions. In one recent example, a father in Massachusetts can be seen using his Ring video doorbell speaker to talk to his daughter's date while he was at work, saying, "I'll still get to see your face, but you don't get to see mine." That's creepy. I get it, but it's creepy. The company is also pushing to market itself as a potential defense for community peace of mind, saying its cameras offer proactive home and neighborhood security in a way no other company has before, because some other companies actually respected people's privacy while trying to protect their property. Imagine that. That's very innovative. The company is hiring video producers and on-camera hosts to develop user testimonials and videos marketing the Ring brand, with a job listing stating that applicants should deliver ideas with an approachable yet authoritative tone. You don't think these people are on the left, do you, politically? Because they love to be authoritative. Rotella, who runs his department's neighborhood watch program, said Ring's local growth has had an interesting side effect. People now believe crime is rampant in Frisco. Yeah, I can see that. Now that they see it all mapped and detailed in a mobile app, he has had to inform people, he said, that the crime has always been there. Now you're just starting to figure it out. He added, however, that the technology has become a potent awareness tool for crime prevention, and he says he appreciates how the technology has inspired in residents a newfound vigilance. People, you don't see you're giving away your rights. You're giving away your rights, people, and you're so ignorant to the fact that you are. Not everybody, and no, I'm not calling anybody here watching this ignorant, but I am saying there are a lot of ignorant people out there. We all know this. Would you rather live in an ignorant is bliss type of world, he said, or would you rather know what's going on? Well, here's the thing with ignorance is bliss, and rather know what's going on. Knowing your surroundings and being aware of your surroundings is smart. You know, most people feel pretty secure on their property. It's not an ignorance thing. It's just that's your home. That's where you feel secure. And most people, you know, have some type of security, whether it's simple as a dog. Dogs are big deterrents to crime. But calling people who don't want to be monitored 24/7 by some big tech company ignorant for not wanting to be monitored and not give away all their personal information or the personal information of others, to call them ignorant itself. But people I'm calling ignorant are the people who think that this is just a wonderful thing. The people who get this and are all for these programs. Because they're the ones that don't realize that all their information is going with any other information they give up. Come on, people. We know this stuff. We know this stuff. I'm not going to keep reading because this story is just too long. But you see what it's getting at. The surveillance state is becoming... It was a thing of fiction. Now it is reality, people. We should not stand for this. We shouldn't stand for it. I don't mind if you have a doorbell camera. But you really got to monitor what company you're using and what they're doing with your data. They say, oh, we ask first. No, they don't. No, they don't. They're not going to ask. They have all your stuff already. They already have all your videos. They don't have to ask if they don't want to. And what makes you think they'd have the respect for you to actually ask you anything? They've already got what they wanted out of you. They got your money. And that's all that matters. I'd love to hear your comments on this. Whether you think I'm just being paranoid or whether you think this is a terrible situation for everybody as a whole. It's going to start a lot of controversial situations. But as always, like, share, and subscribe. I will catch you on the flip side.